book for you, a very soft spoken video through a crappy mic. I hope you enjoy and feel relaxed. How do you enjoy the tapping sound? How do you enjoy the tapping sound? I hope you find it relaxing. I hope you find it relaxing. Okay, let me open the book for you. Okay, it's Ernest Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea. The Old Man and the Sea. Let me read it for you, alright? This is kind of a introductory part of the novel. Ernest Hemingway was born in 1899. His father was a doctor and he was the second of 6 children. Their home was at Oak Park, a Chicago suburb. In 1917, Hemingway joined the Kansas City Star as a cub reporter. The following year, he volunteered to work as an ambulance driver on the Italian front, where he was badly wounded. first light. Then just look at the stories that's written by Ernest Hemingway. Men without women, winner take nothing. The Snows of Kilimanjaro, generalist books written by Ernest Hemingway. Death in the Afternoon, Green Hills of Africa, A Memorable Feast, The Dangerous Summer. The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. Let's get into the first chapter. Alright. He was an old man who fished alone in a skiff in the Gulf Stream, and he had gone 84 days now without taking a fish. In the first 40 days, a boy had been with him, but after 40 days without a fish, the boy's parents had told him that old man was now definitely and finally sorrow, which is first form of unlucky, and the boy had gone at the orders in another boat, which caught 3 good fish the first week. It made the boy sad to see the old man coming each day with his skiff empty. He always went down to help him carry either the coiled lines or the graph and harpoon and the sail that was furled around the mast. The sail was patched with flour sacks. Furled, it looked like a flag of permanent defeat. The old man was thin and gaunt with deep wrinkles in the back of his neck. The brown blotches of benevolent skin cancer the sun brings from its reflection on the tropic sea were on his cheeks. The blotches ran well down the sides of his face, and his hands had the deep gray scars from handling heavy fish on the cords. But none of these scars were fresh. They were as old as erosions in fishless desert. Everything about him was old except his eyes, and they were same color as the sea, were cheerful and undefeated. Santiago, the boy said to him as they climbed the bank from where the skiff was hauled up. I could go with you again. We have made some money. The old man had told the boy to fish, and the boy allowed him. No, the old man said, you are the lucky boat. You are with the lucky boat. Stay with them. But remember how you went 87 days without fish, and then we got a big ones every day for 3 weeks. I remember, the old man said. I know you did not leave me because you doubted. It was Papa made me leave. I'm a boy, and I must obey him. I know, the old man said. It's quite normal. He hasn't much faith. No, the old man said. But we have, haven't we? Yes, the boy said. Can I offer Others of the older fishermen looked at him and were sad, but they did not show it, and they spoke politely about the current and the depths they had drifted their lines and the steady good weather and of what they had seen. The successful fishermen of that day were already in and had butchered their marlin out and carried them laid full length across two planks, with two men staggering at the end of each plank to the fish house where they waited for the ice truck to carry them to the market in Havana. Those who had caught sharks had taken them to the shark factory on the other side of the cove, where they were hoisted on a block and tackled, their hides skinned out and their flesh cut into strips for salting. When the wind was in the east, a smell came across the harbor from the shark factory. But today there was only a faint edge of odor because the wind had backed into the north and dropped off, and it was pleasant and sunny on the terrace. Santiago, the boy said. Yes, the old man said. He was holding a glass and thinking of many years ago. Can I go out and get sardines for you for tomorrow? No. Go and play baseball. I can still row and Rogelio will throw the net. I would like to go. If I cannot fish with you, I would like to serve in some way. You bought me a beer, the old man said. You're already a man. How old as was I when you first took me in a boat? 5, and you nearly were killed when I bought the fish into green and nearly tore the boat into pieces. Can you remember? I can remember the tail slapping and banging and the rod breaking, the noise of clubbing. I can remember you throwing me into the bow where the wet cold lines were and feeling the whole boat shiver and the noise of you clubbing him like chopping a tree down and the sweet blood smell all over me. Can you really remember that, or did I just tell it to you? I remember everything from when we first went together. The old man looked at him with his sunburned, confident, loving eyes. If you were my boy, I would take you out and gamble, he said. But you are your father's and your mother's, and you are in a lucky boat. May I get the sardines? I know where I can get 4 baits too. I have mine left from today. I put 'em in sold in the box. Let me get 4 fresh ones. One, the old man said. His hope and his confidence had never gone, but now they were freshening as the breeze rises. 2, the boy said. 2, the old man agreed. You didn't steal them. I would, the boy said, but I bought these. Thank you, the old man said. He was too simple to wonder when he had attained humility, but he knew he had attained it, and he knew it was not disgraceful, and it carried no loss of true pride. Tomorrow is going to be a good day with this current, he said. Where are you going? The boy asked. Far out, to come in when the wind shifts. I want to be out before it's light. I'll try to get him to work far out, the boy said. Then if you hook something truly big, we can come to your aid. It is not like too far out. No, the boy said, but I will see something that he cannot see, such as a bird walking, and get him to come out after dolphin. Are his eyes that bad? He is almost blind. Is it strange? The old man said. He never went turtling. This This is what kills the eyes. But you went hurtling for years off the mosquito's course and your eyes are good. I am a strange old man, but are you strong enough now for truly big fish? I think so, and there are many tricks. Let's take the stuff home, the boy said, so I can get the gas net and go after the sardines. They picked up the gear from the boat. The old man carried the mast on his shoulder, and the boy carried the wooden box with the coiled, hard-braided brown lines, the calf and the harpoon with its shaft. The box with the baits was under the stern of the skiff along with the club that was used to subdue the big fish when they were brought alongside. No one would steal from the old man, but it was better to take the sail and heavy lines home as dew was bad for them. And though he was quite sure no local people would steal from him, the old man thought that a calf and a harpoon were needless temptation to leave in a boat. They walked up the road together to the old man's shack and went in through an open door. The old man leaned the mast with its flapped sail against the wall, and the boy put the box and other gear besides it. The mast was nearly as long as the room of the shack. The shack was made of tough bud shields of the royal palm, which were called kowano, and there was a bed, a table, one chair, and a place on the third floor to cook with charcoal. On the brown walls of the flattened, overlapping leaves of sturdy fibered guano, there was a picture in color of Sacred Heart of Jesus, and another of the Virgin of Cobre. These were relics of his wife. Once there had been a tinted photograph of his wife on the wall, but he had taken it down because it made him too lonely to see it, and it was on the shelf in the corner under his clean shirt. What do you have to eat? The boy asked. A pot of yellow rice with fish. Do you want some? No, I will eat at home. Do you want me to make the fire? No, I will make it later on, or I may eat the rice cold. May I take the gas net? Of course. There was no gas net, and the boy remembered when they had solved it, but they went through this fiction every day. There was no pot of yellow rice and the fish, and the boy knew this too. 85 is a lucky number, the old man said. How would you like to see me bring one in that dressed out over 1,000 pounds? I'll get the gas net and go for sardines. Will you sit in the sun in the doorway? Yes, I have yesterday's paper and I will read the baseball. The boy did not know whether yesterday's paper was fiction too, but the old man pulled it out from under the bed. Perico, give it to me at the bodega, he explained. I'll be back when I have the sardines. I will keep yours and mine together on ice, and we can share them in the morning. When I come back, you can tell me about the baseball. The Yankees cannot lose, but I fear the Indians of Cleveland. Have faith in Yankees, my son. Think of great DiMaggio. I fear both the Tigers of Detroit and the Indians of Cleveland. This is gonna be the last page I'm gonna read for you. So, the first chapter is kind of long. It's another 5 pages, so I'm gonna was asleep in the chair and the sun was down. The boy took the cold army blanket off the bed and spread it over the back of the chair, over the old man's shoulders. They were strange shoulders, still powerful, although very old, and the neck was still strong too, and the crisis did not show so much when the old man was asleep, and his head fallen forward. His shirt had been patched so many times that it was like the sail, and the patches were faded too many different shades by the sun. The old man's head was very old though, and with his eyes closed, there was no life in his face. The newspaper lay across his knees, and the weight of his arm held in there in the evening breeze. He was barefooted. The boy left him there, and when he came back, the old man was still asleep. So I'm gonna stop this video over here. If I should read a bit more, so this is my normal pace of reading. I mean, when I'm reading it for myself, I might read it a bit faster, but I just wanted to read some stuff for you because people have recommended me to do a soft spoken reading kind of video. So I hope this was relaxing and you enjoyed this ASMR video. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful sleep.